Well, it's all about the aftermath of Edo 2020. Some, they experience the joy of victory, while for the others, they experience the saying, if you fail today, you should get up, dust yourself up, and try again. But even amidst all this, during the World War, after the First World War, Second World War, that was what gave birth to what we know today as, yes, world, the convergence of the world coming together, yeah, to form one indivisible entity that talks about peace. Yes, that is it, reconciliation. Do you think that that is going to play out itself in Edo State after all we saw before, during the election, and now the aftermath? Some are saying, yes, let's shift the sword. Others are saying, we should just continue. After all, they didn't have our back when the battle was so tough. Why should we extend the olive branch to them? While others just felt indifferent about this. It's all about the way of Edo State moving forward after, I want to call it a great battle. So many persons have the opinion that this is the strongest so far, is the toughest so far when we talk about elections in Edo State. Do you agree? Anyway, my analyst will do justice to that. With me here in the studio, he is a member of the APC, or will I say PDP, a local government boss. Yes, join me to welcome my friend, my brother, and of course a mentor, Napoleon Agbama. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning, Wilson.
I appreciate your coming.
Good morning, Viato.
All right.
We thank God that today we are here.
Okay, all right. And still very close to him is a vibrant youth. I like him so much. He's so dogged. He's so dogged. Join me to welcome political analysts, Samuel Ehigato, a.k.a. Arat. Samuel, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning, Wilson.
All right.
Good morning, viewers, too.
And you get to hear the person of Dr. Patrick Awo Osaige Esquire. He is a legal practitioner and, of course, a clergyman, very dogged when it comes to political analyzing issues, topical speaking. Welcome, Dr. Patrick Awo Osaige Esquire.
It's my pleasure, Winston.
Appreciate your coming.
Thank you for having me, and good morning, Nigerians.
All right. Now, let me come to you, Honorable Napoleon Agbama. Before we go into the core or the kernel of the discussion today, how does it feel to be a winner?
Well, thank you very much. It doesn't, it's not different from many other persons. Just that by the grace of God and what the Edo people believe in the candidate of the PDP, the person of God, Obaseki, and that's why we have that feat. And we are very grateful.
All right, you're very grateful. Samuel, I like your spirit, but it's like the tide didn't turn to the favor of your party. How do you feel about it?
Well, Wilson, I don't feel very bad about it because election is a contest. And when two people contest, one will definitely win. The both cannot win at the same time. So, but on the other hand, well, I still feel relaxed because, you know, Nigerian politics is a very volatile political system. After the election, we have the usual procedures that follows it up, like the tribunal, all those usual procedures, you know. So I think we still just got to be patient. And those that believe they have won, congratulations to them for now. But when we win too, they should also be ready to say congratulations to us.
All right, you use the word congratulations to them for now. We'll get to that because that's the aspect of reconciliation. Anyway, as an Edo citizens, Patrick Awo Osaige, what do you feel about this?
Well, thank you. I wanted to agree. I was laughing. I quickly wanted to say win. That word win is like a certainty. Well, I want to debunk that for now. Anyway, what I feel, when you talk about victory in that sense of it, I don't think the victory is for Godwin Obaseki of the PDP or Pastor Osaige Ezehama of the APC. It's actually the victory of the average person in this state. So it's the victory for the commoners. it's obvious that the ordinary man on the streets, for the first time in a very long time, have been able to express their desire. Exactly. I think that is what happened. If you ask me, I don't think Governor Obaseki is shocked the way it happened. I'm telling you. So also the other candidate, Pastor Isagiamu, what happened, the real victors of this election is the average man, that ordinary man on the streets. I think they are the winners of this election.
All right. Now
and the victors.
Now the victors. Well, someone said no victor, no vanquish.
Ojuku, go on.
Yeah. Okay, now to the contentious issues, talking about extending the olive branch. From what he said, he used the word for now, and of course you were like, for now, you were like, I debunked that. Anyway, we'll need to get to your turn. Reconciliation at this stage. As a party man, what do you feel about extending the olive branch to people or persons in the opposition?
Well, let me agree with the last speaker that the voters, the ordinary people, those commoners, that we, the empire, those who are looking at us during the campaign, they have been looking at the two parties and the candidates long before now, before the vote. And they have all come out, like he said, both the old, the young, even the blind, the cripples, they all came out to vote. I saw in a video where a man has to back his mother, a retired person, to go and vote. That is to show that everybody accepted that they must vote and their vote must count, and that is what has played out. Like he said, the governor himself may be very, very surprised seeing that type of persons coming out to vote amongst, and that is what makes him a winner. And with that, that is why some of us, we even say, it's not even a man-made, it's spiritual. It is because the people has accepted him, the heavenly persons are equally accepted him. Therefore, if the genuine people stretch the hand of fellowship, why not? Okay. He must accept, because he too is not God. He wants those good ones to come aboard so that this state can be developed.
All right. Now, he said he's throwing the part of the governor, saying, look, if they genuinely really want to come out to work with the governor, of course the governor is magnanimous to extend our hands of fellowship to accept them into its fold. Now, talking about you right now as a party man or some persons in your party, would you accept, when you talk about the extension of that olive branch to some persons in your party, telling them to come around, let's put our hands together to work for the betterment of Edo State, or you are still going on with the battle?
Well, listen, I will put it in two ways like this. The decision to accept the victory and the decision not to accept the victory is a decision of the party. Why do I say so? If I accept the victory as a common man, and the party does not accept the victory and decide to go to court, because they believe they have a reason for litigations, to think otherwise or to feel otherwise or to get their mandate, the party has a right to do that. And which, for now, we all are waiting the decisions of the party. As a party man and a common man, I believe we have already reconciled ourselves. Because where I do my business, the PDP comes there, the APC comes there, we all drink together, we catch funds together. So I think the common man have already reconciled themselves. That's for sure. The people have come to understand, okay, there's no need of these tensions, of this war that was before the election. But now, it is now left for the party now to make their own decisions. And I cannot make a decision for the party. I can only speak for my opinion. Because if I want to speak on my opinion, I see so many ways, so many reasons why my party, APC, should go to court. It does not mean it is a battle. It does not mean the battle continues. It only means that the procedure of Nigerian politics must be exhausted and must be used. And if we look at so many things that have happened in other states of recent, people got a large victory, had a large victory, but at the end, they never step into the government house. So I call those kind of situations the case of Moses, who saw the promised land, but was never able to step his leg on his promised land, even though the people wanted him to come into the promised land. You understand me? So there are so many things that stay on ground. I don't need to go into the litigation aspect. I don't need to start pinpointing out the points I believe I have, or my party have, to go to court. But I think it is good that the situation have calmed down.
Right.
Both of them have also met, I believe, have spoken together on phone. So I don't believe as human,
All right.
the reconciliation have not started.
Okay.
I think it is the aspect of the party who will not be thinking of the reconciliation
Right.
aspect.
You say, as human, your last comment, it hasn't started. Barrister Patrick Awo Osagie, you've heard two different opinions.
Yes.
One is for reconciliation, while one is still taking a look at options that they may explore the option of going to court. Now, if they choose to go for the latter, talking about going to court,
Yes.
is it not going to impede the possibilities of reconciliation?
We have an AG, Attorney General of the state or federal. They are all responsible for litigations and court issues of government. So going to court is part of government business. So it's not, I don't see going to court as something inimical to progress. It, as a matter of fact, like he had said, it would deepen, our stance. You see, the courts have helped in no small ways to deepen our democratic system. So areas we didn't do well, like the Bayelsa saga, we now know that you don't just come with the deposit and the affidavit and expect things to go that way. When all of that, now you have to go and gazette it properly. So these are things that have deepened in over time. Now, but in the area of talking about reconciliation, I want to quickly take this position. You look at the characters, you see, we read so that we can have understanding. I have known you over the years. I know what I can vouch for you and say, Winston will not do this. My brother here now, I may not have been too close to him, but from the way he has spoken, I know his person already. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a lively person. I mean, my man here, I know him already. He doesn't hold to anything. Now, he mentioned something now. Look, where I'm doing my business, we have we're all together. But the party, now the party should, that is the area I'm really not comfortable with. The party should be about the people. Should be about everybody, not one person. That is what really shown itself in this election. One big man somewhere saying we won't agree. When you say well, it's you that don't agree. If we're to cast votes, you see the majority will say, well, let's move on. Because we are okay with the way we are. And that is what it is. Now, again, in the person of Governor Obaseki, I'm not holding brief for him. I'm not an APC member, neither am I a PDP member. I'm just a concerned Nigerian and a concerned Edo State indigene. I have studied his person. He never started fighting.
At all.
He didn't. Let's be very sincere. We're on media now, and we know. The man he didn't say anything. There were a lot of wrangling within, he was not doing well, and I studied it carefully. This man that is being fought now, it's not an issue of maybe diverted funds, that is not carrying the party along, and all of that stuff. It played out. We saw all the drama that followed before he left the APC. And thank God for the PDP, who accepted him and he ran under that platform. Now, he has said clearly, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to do the work in the government house to better the lots of the Edo indigents. And we are saying that clearly, not politics. Now, when President Muhammadu Buhari, a great leader in his time, and he said something. He said, you people go and resolve your cases. And I remember the national chairman of the APC, Aldas Shomole, said, I have forgiven everybody. For those who have offended, please forgive me. We are one. At that time, the appeal court suspended proceedings just because party bigwigs have weighed into the matter. Let us see how we can find a way out. And it still didn't work.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say, sir, is this. That if he that must come before equity, he must come with clean hands.
Okay.
If they come to him with the intention of, let's move this state forward, which should be the first thing to be on any politician's mind or any leader, It's ready. Okay. But on the other hand, you want to say where we keep battling ourselves, then the man will continue to put up a
It's a process. It's a process. It's part of the process.
All right, now you argue the fact that it's part of the process.
Yes.
Now they talked about party reconciliation, of course, individual reconciliation in their own ways. Do you see these two ideas conflicting in the process of reconciliation or possibilities of reconciliation? Party will be like, okay, fine, we want to go to court. Individual will be like, no, we want to just leave it the way it is. Do you see a squabble between these two ideas?
Like he said, tribunal, appeal tribunal, I believe have already been set up.
Obviously.
Yeah. Because it has been set up because it's part of the system.
Oh, yes. Process.
It's a process.
Political process, yeah.
But if they wait and nobody comes, there is a period for it. And the moment that period lasts, nobody comes for it, they will pack and go. And that will open the process of reconciliation. Yeah. By the time there is a court process and we are in the court, I don't think reconciliation can follow. And that is the truth. It is only when, yes, just like I said in one of my radio program in your sister station, anywhere you go to, everybody is commending both the INEC, the police, the traditional ruler, the religious ruler, or the common voters, that this is one of the most peaceful election, free and fair election that we have ever had in the state. And I believe the judges or to be in tribunal or whatever, if they are not even from here, they have heard from the media houses, heard from the police, heard from every other persons. And that is why you see congratulating message from everywhere. Even the president said, though he said jokingly that though you have defeated my party, but let me congratulate you. Yeah. Everybody know that it was a clear win. So it will be difficult to in the tribunal. Okay. But like I said, if I were in their position, like he said, he cannot just say it. Me too cannot just say it. But the party too, or the hierarchy, they are here. They participated and they know what's going to go. For the first time, money buying of votes didn't work.
Absolutely.
So you know, if they know this, they should be able to accept the defeat and team up with the governor to make Edo State a very good place for everyone us to stay.
All right. Teaming up with the governor to make Edo State a good state for everyone to stay and to work positively. Now, there's this aspect also where some persons will be like, we worked for the emergence of this governor. Others should please stay clear because it's our turn now to reap. Do you see it happening in this contest, making reconciliation a little bit impossible?
Well, listen, if we know the kind of government and the administration we have for the past 3 to 4 years, we know what happened. A lot of people risked their life, did everything to make sure Obaseki became the governor of Edo State in the first tenure. But after he became the governor, we all know what also happened. They were all driven out. They were all set aside.
What are their reasons?
Sir, please. You have your own. You have your own.
You react to that. You react to that.
I have my opinion, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
We all know what happened. Yeah. In whichever reason, whatever names you try to call those people, I still say one thing. The same people that work for Governor Obaseki right now are the same non-educated and educated. That same non-educated that is being called Agbero, that's being called talks, they also work right now. Even some we are given SSA. People without primary 6, SSA was being shared like a granite.
If you say shared like a granite, that is at the extreme right now.
Listen, no, I said it was given out to people that
I know that you are trying to
that are not supposed. So what I'm trying to bring out of this point is this: now, is he going to retain them or over 3,000 SSA? They all worked for him now. Is he going to return them? Or is there going to be an option where you're going to push them into to be able to empower them, to carry them along? There are so many things we have been complaining. People say share of money. Nobody asked to share money. I have never asked the governor to share me money. The time I ever went to the government, I was with a proposal. So when I bring a proposal, if the proposal can carry the people along and be able to ginger the youth and carry the youth, why not approve it? These same issues are going to come up again now. That these same people are going to request to be carried along, which we were also complaining when he was in office. Let me not presume. Let's pray that he will realize the mistake that was done in APC, and this time around not to make the same mistake, but to really carry the majority of the people along as much as possible, because that was the key problem of the battle. It was not about Shomole. It was not about Obaseki. It was about, we all have worked for you. We all have suffered for you. We spent our money. Like me, I know how much, millions of my naira that went away from my pocket, from my business, to supporting them. So, people now request, you give us provisional contracts. Bring boards in, bring committees. These things are things that the government used to carry every party members and other people that have worked for the emergence of a government along. We requested for other things. That was where the battle started. Right. So for me now, I pray he realize it and do the right thing this time.
Okay. All right. Well, he has given a point. Hold on. Just stay glued to that opinion that's forming right now in your mind. But let Patrick react to that. Then you're going to say one or two things about what he said.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget about the internal wrangling right now. We have finished working. We're the one that did the job. Please, others stay clear. It's our turn now to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Thank you, Winston. Yes. It's rather unfortunate that we have. We have missed the mark in the real sense of it. You see, everything rises and falls on a leader. And I really don't blame those that are complaining or agitating now. You know why? It was what they were groomed for over the years.
Thank you very much.
Now, we must understand, like I just said now, I am not seeking to know Godwin Obaseki as one-on-one. I want the good of the average Edo man. And that is what we should work for. You see, what the problem we have here is that we have been so disillusioned, sort of, because we now feel we need to fend for ourselves. We have to fight for water, electricity, go through school, no employment, and everybody is trying to find a way. That's a failed government. That's the reason for all of this. And if you go to civilized climb, you have people not have to fight for these things. And that is what Governor Obaseki is trying to start. To start it is not very easy. And that is why he's saying we cannot all, if you now talk about the board, constituting boards, and then let people come in so that you could get some money, isn't it? But governor is saying, look, I want to see how this system will work. I listened to the debate carefully. I listened to it, and he said, we're going to build in hospitals and in pastors, which is fine. My wife is a doctor. And the governor said, no, we're going to have a system. It's a system that works, that we need. And it looked like, oh, what is he saying? It's because you have not done this before. And his work is not rocket science. The man has said, this is what I'm going to do. For those that are working or that work for him now, I will tell you, a lot of people spend their money. And they did it not because they want to get back
the money.
And if they are wanting to get back, I'm sorry to say here on television that they are going to be disappointed. Because Godwin Obaseki will never share money to anybody, but he will share ideas. If you come up with, he said he came with a proposal. If the proposal was not attended to, you could go back again. After all, you could keep trying and see what will carry everybody. Like I love what he said. There's so much sense in it. But I'm trying to say that those boards that were put in places, like that's characterized in the system of governance today, that eat up the chunk of money for development, the governor said no, it would stop, and it has stopped. And this is what we need to do now. We all need to work. If you need something, like you talk about the 3,000 SSAs, everybody can be SSA, no problem. It all depends on what you are SSA for. Not SSA to go and start waiting at government house to be getting money. You could be representing governor at any level. I can even be self-acclaimed SSA all by myself. So long I don't go to the government house to lay a demand on governor, you must give me this. That is the point.
All right.
I think that is how it should be.
Okay, I will come back to you. Well, you want to react to his comments about what I worked and didn't work and all that.
Thank you very much. What I want to react to, he has talked of some of the issues. I also want to support him. Like my friend talk about whether 3,000 or whatever. I don't know where they get that figure from. Mind you, some of the commissioners resigned. SSA resigned.
So
even vice chairman of councils, secretary, and many people resigned.
Deputy government too.
They were all receiving.
Okay.
But they resigned. They didn't say they were not receiving before they resigned. They were all receiving. Are you telling us that we cannot fill those positions? Those positions were not vacant. We must fill it up. And that is what the government has just done. And like he said just now that people were complaining of not carrying them along, whatever. A commissioner, person that is a commissioner of a state, is that a person that will complain that is not carried along? Or special advisors? And what are you talking about? That is where I agree with the last speaker. We cannot be doing it just the way we have been doing it for the past.
Obviously.
There must be a change. And a change is a difficult one. We just thank the electorate, we thank the people of Edo State that they have supported to make sure that this change that we are yearning for, they have given it to Godwin Obaseki to continue. And we just pray that we sustain it. And if he leaves, person of his own caliber coming again so that this state can move forward. Let me even tell you more. This state is known as a civil service state. If you see what he's trying to do, is to move from civil service states to at least, if not full industrial states, a mini industrial states. And that is what you are seeing playing about. Like you just really said, many people are not comfortable with it. They want us to be those older systems, which cannot be. And if we still continue with that, this state will not move forward.
All right, now before I'll let you go, I need to react to it. I know you have so much to say when we talk about his own reaction. Now you have something like 2 in 1 party right now in your party. Is still on reconciliation. How do you think the governor and his executive will really work to make sure that these two, I want to put it now, unionized factions so work together to prevent...
Edo State is one of the first states. Sokoto State, Taboha moved from APC to PDP and he won. And after that, there is the party must sit down and say, how do we arrange? Right from the world executive level to the state executive level. It must be arranged. And that is, I believe, the process is going to be on very soon, where every other person can be one. And I only thank Edo State that we even learn from past mistakes to make sure that coming together does not even cause a problem. And I believe it is going to be so.
Okay.
And we already won, we are PDP.
Okay. Well, you're giving an example of what happened previously before the fallout of people in the APC before these elections, talking about people not satisfied, proposals, and persons being shown the exit, so to speak. Now, with parties coming together, you said there's going to be no problem. Do you see a replica of what happened, of what you alleged to have happened before the fallout, talking about people being satisfied in their quest for good governance?
Well, we said, like as I said, before we even know if there will be a reconciliation, I will put one mark to you. That mark is November 12th.
November 12th.
That's the swearing day.
Swearing day.
If Godwin Obaseki is being sworn in as the governor of Edo State, I believe automatically every other person, every other party will dance to the tune of peace and reconciliation without no being prejudiced. You understand me? But before then, this thing you are talking about, reconciliation, I said it before. Despite it is not a battle, the way you people try to put it, legal proceedings are a process of elections.
Absolutely.
And as long as there are process of elections and it is still ongoing, you cannot expect me, I just understand, to go and make a reconciliation with the governor or make a reconciliation with the other side in full tense. It is when decisions have been made and the courts have said, we found this man worthful to have won this election and he's deserved to be sworn in. And if he's been sworn in, everybody automatically will congratulate as proper. Those that have suspended their congratulations will automatically come up with them. And automatically conciliation will come up.
So you say that there are some
I think there are
suspended conciliatory messages.
Yes.
That's what say right now.
Yes, because there are some people like us that believe there are certain points that should still be exhausted in the legal means, through the legal means. There are many points still to be exhausted. And if those points have been exhausted, like my brother said, certificate issues, double party screening, so many other things. There's so many things that happened. Are you getting me? So when those things has been, if he has been exonerated and he's been sworn in, I think to me myself, I will take my phone, I have his phone number. I will call him too and congratulate the governor.
Okay.
But before then, let anybody don't deceive themselves.
Okay.
We ourselves are the only one that can reconcile ourselves for now. Okay. We the people of Edo people. Now, we the common man.
Thank you. Okay. Now from what he's saying, he's going to deal after exhausting
all legal processes.
Now, if all those legal processes are being exhausted or have been exhausted, do you see the door still open for reconciliation? Because like you're fighting right now to finish.
Oh, with all respect, I wanted to say Pastor Godwin. No, that's the governor. Pardon me, please. You know, like is person. You should look at people and study. We did human psychology, and you should look at him. He's not that kind of person. Now, he is not looking for his enemy. He's consumed with what he wants to do.
Exactly.
He will not even see. I think I read something about Faji, who tore his sister's certificate of incorporation of a company. I mean, Faji that died alongside Agoyeronsi.
Yeah.
The sister said, brother, see my certificate of CAC paper so I can be getting contract from government. He said, what? You want to start stealing money from government? He tore it and threw it away. So what I'm trying to say in essence, Governor Obaseki is so consumed with what he wants to do. He is in a hurry to do it. Now, the issue of law, I'm a lawyer, one. Now, there are not two scenarios. Get that right. There are case studies, as in cases, citations that you look at. Before, I know where my brother is going to. He's looking at the Degi and Leon of Bayelsa.
Exactly.
That scenario is far different from this. So you must understand that very clearly. You're talking about double party screenings and all whatnot. All these things will play out in court, and I'm okay with that. But I want to assure you, with all sincerity, without any sense of prejudice, trying to defend or affirm to one, there is nothing in it. The governor is coming out. You talk about his certificate, it has been cleared. He had an A level, he had 3 credits, A level, it suffices. And again, it's the institution where he secured admission that should tell us. The institution have released, they have NYC. So all these things, you see, these are some, I see it as unnecessary wrangling. That's all. Very, very unnecessary. But the truth must be told. We must move forward at this time and begin to look for a better Edo. You know, it's not the issue. They said you don't know anyway. You know, there are a lot of things that open up in the election. That he's a Lagos man, he doesn't know his, a lot of stuff like that. I say, Governor, don't give me work if I don't know how to do the job. Don't we buy things from China? Why will I not say the tailor in my backyard is the best tailor, and I will go to an order for goods in China?
Even for the job that we are known of.
That we are known of. So these are some of the things. So the best hand should get the job. Okay. So in all sense, sir, before I drop stuff, in all sense is that court is part of the process, no problem. Go on. But at the end of the day, you can still come and congratulate the governor. Definitely. Yes, and then you are all accepted. We are all one Edo. Yes. We are one. And we love us.
Okay, before we call it a wrap on this segment, I have this question burning so much in the hearts of so many Edo citizens. Many government appointees, they resigned. Some, according to reports or speculation or rumor, were suspended. I don't want to talk about the house right now. Let's put it aside. Those who come up somewhere along the line. Do you see reconciliation in this process? If those persons that resign choose to come out to say, look, we want to work with this government, do you think the government of the day will accept them?
There is no way that can be accepted. They put their pen and paper on and write that I resign from the government of Governor Obaseki. Why would they now come back? There is there is not the saying. Outrightly, they have said that they are not comfortable with the governor system or whatever. They put their pen on paper and resign. I believe that they cannot come back. That is to me personal.
All right. All right. Straight answer. They cannot come back.
Yes.
I was talking about reconciliation.
That's not reconciliation. Bringing them back.
It's not reconciliation at all.
Listen, I don't believe most of those people who want to come back. I'm not even sure of that.
They would not be comfortable
Because
coming back.
the reason they resigned is because they were not satisfied with the government.
Even if they are asked to come back, they won't go.
I don't believe they will come back. Why are they coming back?
Now, to the issue of the house.
Okay.
You know, we have parallel house.
No.
Hold on. We have some groups.
No, legally, I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Hold on. No, we are talking about what played out itself before the election.
Yes.
Yes, during the campaign and whatever, so many things played out.
Yeah.
I think since the 19 when the Edo people speak, I don't think those things that we are playing out during the campaign or whatever can play out again.
Obviously not.
We have just one House of Assembly
Absolutely.
under the leadership of the Speaker Okiye, and there is no other house. The area you are talking about, we know is illegal, is under court process now. The House already declared their seat vacant. So let's leave all those ones because it's already something that is deleted.
I would like to quickly chip in something there.
After Samuel, go ahead and react to that.
that we
Talking about people say, okay, fine, let's come back together, let's work together and all
ice the
that.
cake properly.
Well, the truth of the matter is that I wonder why you people always say you have one House of Assembly. A House of Assembly with only 7 members out of 24. By all normal human thinking, with all due respect to my colleagues, I'm very disappointed. Okay. What I expect, I still repeat it as I have said it before, was the governor was supposed to find every possible means to lobby these people to come and resume in an official way. But I think because of the election coming up, there was this one don't want to sheath his sword, this one did not want to sheath his sword. Now the election is over. It is still remaining the same point that the governor should lobby those House of Assembly. You declare them House of, are they INEC to declare them their seat vacants?
But according to the Constitution, they have the right to do so.
No, let him finish, please.
Okay.
Let him speak.
The issue, you are claiming you declare people's seats vacant. Is under litigation in the court.
Good.
And then, what is under litigation in the court? And then you come after what is under litigation in the court and say you declare their seat vacant. My brother, that is shooting the gun before the court decision.
All right.
To my own opinion.
Thank you.
I don't understand. It's shooting the gun before the. So what I still believe, whichever way, they must still be united. Those State need 24 House of Assembly member to achieve the greater height that the governor himself wishes. Because he cannot tell us with 7 constituency instead of 24 constituency that you are carrying Edo forward. There are 17 other constituencies that are lacking the effective representative of their people. We should not use politics for everything. We should see the people, as they said before, we should start seeing the people. The governor should see beyond the wrangle. He should see beyond the situation of battle. He should see that these people are neglected of their representative, whether good or bad. If my constituency is among that is being denied, I feel bad.
All right.
And I believe every other citizen should not support this aspect of 7 people carrying the House of Assembly along.
Okay.
The people should come out as they have come out en masse now to speak. Should also come out en masse to speak and say, we want our representative to be back in their seats.
It's all about reconciliation, but according to some persons, so many water passed through the bridge.
No, that's not
in
even
this
the
aspect.
issue.
So go ahead.
Everything, we have a system that runs by law. You understand? You see, emotions and what is rational does not really come to bear here.
At all.
Now, the governor cannot even do that now. I'm telling you. If Governor Obaseki said, it doesn't have the issued a proclamation letter, which the house have been inaugurated. And now, why did the house from the quorum? The constitution is clear about that. We have talked about this over and again. And the quorum, they had that quorum and they inaugurated the house. And they elected whoever they wanted to elect as speaker and whoever principal officer they had.
Against the Constitution?
That's not against the Constitution, sir. I'm telling you, I said they formed a quorum. They had 1/3 of it, and they formed a quorum. And the house was inaugurated based on that. And if that house was, if you feel the house is not inaugurated, then they should challenge it in court, which they have also gone to court that they have been elected, but they were not inaugurated. All these matters are in court. Okay, they're in court, then you went ahead so much on your own to declare yourself inaugurated. On what basis?
Okay.
We are not in a kangaroo system. We have a constitution, and everything is clearly written out there. So they themselves, they know very well that they cannot do that.
All right.
It's treason. It's treasonable.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
for all you've heard. Can there really be reconciliation because of the event that took place before the election? Right now, this is the aftermath of the election. Do you think there'll be reconciliation? Well, one or two advice to those citizens who call it a wrap on this show about what you should expect from this next round of governance by Godwin Obaseki. 1 minute each.
Well, let me use the opportunity again to thank the good people of Edo State for doing what they just did on the 19th, in respect of the election. And again, to say that Godwin Obaseki have set an agenda for himself, and that agenda is what make that fit on the 19th. If that agenda were not there, that the people, the voters, the ordinary people saw from him, that fit will not be achieved. Right. And I believe, by the grace of God and the grace of every other person that puts him back to the seat, is going to do more.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Napoleon Agbama, talking about the LG boss of Umuwode local government area. Aras, 1 minute.
Well, for me, as I said before, on the 12th of November, from there, we'll know what to do. We'll know also how to advise the incoming governor on the next step to take. How to carry the Edo people to the next height, how to develop Edo, how to carry the non-educated and the educated along, not to sideline the non-educated because you believe that they are less classed. They also have a purpose of the system. They also are part of the system.
Right.
So we should not say these are touts, these are thugs, these are agberus. That it always affects me because I believe in every society, sir, in every society.
Let me conclude, please.
You were talking, sir. I don't interrupt you, sir.
Continue, yes.
They are non-educated and educated people. So all should be carried along.
Okay, all should be carried along.
That is my mind.
Thank you so much, Samuel Ehigato, aka Aras, a very strong personality in the APC, talking about the youth wing. And of course,
thank you very much.
Barrister, 1 minute.
I appreciate the Edo folks, my people. I love all of you. I want you to know that election has come and gone, and you must be focused. You must be determined to cause a change. It was, is it not John F. Kennedy that said, ask what you do for your country, not what necessarily your country will do for you. Let us join hands with the governor and ensure this country, or rather this state, is great again, and better than what it's been now. And again, for those that feel they are not schooled, I must say now, Comrade Oshomole was not formally educated, but he became governor. So it's all about self-development. Yeah. So there is no limit to your level of aspiration. So we are not limited in any way. Nobody is sidelining anybody. We are brothers and sisters. We are one. Education is not a dichotomy. It's our conduct. We have touts that are educated. Yeah. We have non-educated touts. So when they say touts and talks, they are not referring to non-educated. I think that must be sounded too.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless the state and the country.
Dr. Patrick Awos, Ag Esquire. Thank you so much, Honorable Napoleon Agbama, and of course Samuel Ehigato. I appreciate all of you. Whatever you hear them say here is their opinion. It has nothing to do with ITV. We'll still get to hear from other analysts to get to share from their views and opinion on this topical issue, the aftermath of Edo 2020. What say you ye? If I want to borrow a phrase from a movie, Lord of the Rings, what say you ye after this election? We'll be right back to continue with the second segment of today's edition of This Morning on ITV.